Time for question period. The member from Renfrew, Nipissing.
Thank you very much, Speaker. My question is to the Minister of Energy. Minister, escalating hydro rates are having a devastating effect on people here in Ontario. People from my riding of Renfrew, Nipissing, Pembroke, and all across Ontario are struggling because of the mess you've made of the energy system. Skyrocketing rates are having a devastating effect on people, real people. They're having to make hard choices. They're having to choose whether to heat or eat. This is because under your disastrous Green Energy Act, you continue to sign contracts for expensive, intermittent, unreliable power. This is forcing hundreds of thousands of families into untenable circumstances. Minister, how many more hundreds of thousands will be energy poor if you continue down your disastrous path?
Thank you.
Mr. Speaker, I welcome the question, and certainly hydro rates are a very topical issue. We understand that the investments we made to take a dirty and unreliable system, Mr. Speaker, and make it clean and reliable are putting pressures on Ontario families, particularly electric heat in rural areas, Mr. Speaker. To help families with their energy bills, we announced further price mitigation measures in our budget, Mr. Speaker, which neither of the opposition parties supported, incidentally, removing the debt retirement charge by the end of this year, 2 years earlier than planned, saving the average family $70 per year in their hydro bills, Mr. Speaker. And the Ontario Energy Board is implementing the Ontario Electricity Support Program for low and modest income families that will save them an average of $360 per year off their bills, or $430 when combined with the removal of the DRC. Mr. Speaker, we have a number of other programs which I'll talk to in the supplementary. Thank you.
Thank you. Supplementary.
Back to the minister. People have had enough with your government's unaffordable hydro rates. They have come here today from all across Ontario to express their frustration and to let you know that they are fed up. They are here today to tell you that they cannot afford energy at 16.1 cents a kilowatt hour, or what you have dismissively called a cup of coffee. You are forcing them to choose between heating their homes or putting food on the table. These victims of your reckless energy policies desperately need you to finally show some understanding and compassion.
Minister of Tourism.
Minister, will you go out after question period today and face the people that you have caused so much harm to, or will you just continue to ignore them?
Minister. Be seated, please. Be seated, please. Thank you. Excuse me. Stop the clock. I'm now going to implement what I have done last week and this week. The person that starts to talk while I'm standing is going to be named. Carry on.
Mr. Speaker, I have indicated to my staff if they can make arrangements with representatives of the group that will be here today, that I would be happy to meet with them in one of the rooms here at Queen's Park or in my office across the way. Mr. Speaker, we have had tremendous pressure because we put big investments into the system. Mr. Speaker, I have a quote here from the member for Simcoe Grey, former Energy Minister Jim Wilson. This is a quote that says, "This summer, when we didn't have enough electricity in this province, when this government was in power, and all of the air conditioners were running, we had to buy power. I had to spend $7 million one day to keep the air conditioners on in our hospitals." Mr. Speaker, that's what the acting leader said when he was Minister of Energy. Since that time, Mr. Speaker, we've invested $34 billion in the system. Not only that, Mr. Speaker, what we did do is we provided significant mitigation measures to counter those significant investments. And
thank you.